In a remote place is a river gorge running more than 100 miles long. Lined with towering cliffs, Hell's Canyon is a natural wonder. John McLean knows all too well.
Coming up.
The Idaho Department of Fish and Game Conservation officer has long patrolled these parts, especially popular for fishing.
I checked a 25-inch walleye that a guy had. When he was holding it up, I thought it must have been a catfish because it was so big.
Walleyes so big they would make any Minnesota angler envious. Except that favorite fish is anything but here.
I think they're big toothy predators.
Marika Dobos is a state biologist and says walleye aren't bad, they're just wrong for Idaho.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's not the whitefish, but salmon that reigns supreme.
We have spring and summer Chinook, we have fall Chinook, we have coho, so it's busy.
Salmon have significant recreational, cultural, and economic importance, bringing in $1 billion every year. But the species is being threatened, and it's people like Dobos and McLean protecting them, particularly on the Snake River that runs straight through that stunning canyon. Eventually dumping into the Pacific Ocean, it's the same path the salmon follow to spawn. Some say is getting tougher due to rising water temperatures, declining habitat, and dams.
When you have those anomalies that we can't control, you're taking a small population that's already depressed, and then you're just adding more factors to it that's further affecting them in a negative way.
What's more, that walleye is making things worse as they keep migrating further downriver. Anglers catching some in Lewiston, an old gold mining town and gateway to Hell's Canyon, and even more at Lower Granite Dam, some 60 miles away, where Dobos is trapping the fish to track their activity.
Up until 2016, we haven't caught any walleye at the trap. From 2016, we've seen nothing but this exponential increase in walleye.
A fish never meant here in the first place was illegally introduced in Oregon some 70 years ago. The invasive species, now turned apex predator, has a penchant for none other than salmon.
They're sitting in places where there's a lot of food available. These are areas where these juvenile fish are rearing. They're trying to just get by and survive the winter and get big enough so they can migrate out. And that's part of why we reach out to the angling community, is to get that support from people, to get the help from anglers and the buy-in that these are bad things, so we're going to go out there and we're going to do our part to remove them.
Now it's essentially open season here on walleye.
Yeah.
Through here.
You can fish for them anywhere.
Well, this is our mainly our walleye section.
Anytime. And John Snazza is here to help.
We've expanded a lot in the last two and a half years, just because walleye's gotten so popular.
A former guide turned salesman, he's long fished for walleye.
Walleye have very good eyes.
Bagging some big ones.
Probably 30 inches.
And pointers along the way. He's now passing on to new customers.
This is a walleye rig.
Equally enthralled by the thrill of the catch and its mouth-watering taste.
You hook this on like this.
So much business is booming and shows no signs of stopping to catch a fish that, unlike Minnesota,
It's really quite a business.
has no limits.
Below Lower Granite this year, I caught over 100 walleye.
Except hoping to harvest them all can feel futile.
Walleye are mysterious to me right now.
Especially for the folks caught now in this complicated relationship between Minnesota's most revered fish and the other it's putting at risk, whose value is as vast as this landscape they both now live in.
The fact that we have people reporting walleye caught here when there's so few people up here is pretty mind-boggling. And that's the struggle.
The United States Flag Code states that an American flag should only be flown upside down to signal distress. Distress is what you'll find inside this home in Burnsville.
I did it not lightly. It took a lot of thought about it.
Retired Sergeant First Class Joy Marver didn't do it lightly.
It's my statement, really.
Because she earned her rank, serving 20 years in the Minnesota National Guard, beginning the year after 9/11.
It just seemed so patriotic at that time. It was united. I think that's the one time that I felt like I wanted to be part of that.
In the summer of her first deployment to Iraq in 2007, she was part of the reality of a war zone.
All I remember is one of my teammates pulling up in my door on my Humvee. The first thing I did is I was feeling my arms, my legs, and I'm like, okay, I realized then that something, I hit something.
But she was deployed again to Iraq in 2020, and again in Iraq.
Incoming. We were under a really big attack at that point.
Joy survived that rocket attack, but not without injury, a traumatic brain injury that made her what she is today, a disabled combat veteran.
When you signed up to be in the armed forces, you knew
Yes.
it could kill you.
Yes, because I'd rather have it be me over there versus anyone over here.
In May of last year, Joy began what she thought would be her final tour of duty, working as a support specialist with the Veterans Benefits Administration.
I felt a purpose again, and it wasn't for money. I definitely took a big pay cut working there. It was mostly just for a purpose at that point.
Did you like the job?
I loved the job. I was back with veterans, and veterans that understood me and everybody else, that the invisible wounds. They understood that the path that we have all walked before.
Everything was great until 3 weeks ago, when she got to work and sat down at her computer.
As I was logging in onto my computer, it said my access has been revoked, seek administrator. Right then and there, I knew something wasn't right. Just knowing about all these cuts that are going on and seeing how many people have been let go the week before. So my heart sunk right to the bottom of my stomach, and I just knew.
Knew she was one of at least 1,400 people who were fired that day from the VA system. For Joy, it was because she was 2 months shy of being done with her probationary first year on the job. She left the VA and got in her truck.
As I was pulling away, I was at a red light. During that time in the morning, it is longer than usual due to rush hour traffic. And hit me at a moment, looking at the bridge and wondering if I could just take this truck and just drive it over the bridge. I was planning on it. I was thinking about just driving it right off there.
That plan almost became real until she saw out of the corner of her eye the VA hospital. She drove into that lot instead and walked in to the crisis clinic.
All I could get out was, I need help.
By the end of the day, Joy was home, safe, but in distress. And so she said so without saying a word.
It's not normal for a veteran to invert the flag. It's a statement right now. How to treat veterans.
Sarah Shazer is not a celebrity or a professional athlete.
No, absolutely not.
But she shares some well-known company as a victim of an organized and sophisticated international crime ring targeting high-end homes across the country, a Chilean bling ring.
Within a couple of weeks, the detective in Eden Prairie was really great and called with this theory, which I thought was no way. It just sounded too big. But it turns out he was right.
The crime ring made national news last fall when millions of dollars of jewelry was stolen from the homes of NFL stars Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Joe Burrow.
This window was
at Sarah's home,
cut out like in a shape.
The burglars cut open a window to get in and went straight to the bedroom.
They were after the jewelry. They were after gold.
And they got a lot of Sarah's sentimental jewelry.
My wedding ring was off my hand because it needed a diamond replaced. And they took that.
10 days later, the burglars, Chilean nationals using fake Argentina IDs, were arrested in suburban Philadelphia after breaking into homes there. Location data from the rental car linked the suspects to burglars all across the country over 2.5 weeks.
The MOs are all the same, and it's the same that we've seen across the metropolitan area, across the country.
West St. Paul Police Chief Brian Sturgeon is deep into the investigation of the Chilean bling ring after 4 high-end homes in Sunfish Lake were hit, including former Minnesota Viking Linval Joseph's house. Other pro athletes affected in Minnesota are Carl Anthony Towns and Mike Conley. Twins owner Joe Polad's house was burglarized too. So this is a little more sophistication than your run-of-the-mill burglars in the Twin Cities?
It is.
From drone surveillance to this, a Wi-Fi jammer found in the car when the group in Philly was arrested.
A lot of alarm systems and video camera systems utilize Wi-Fi to operate. So these Wi-Fi jammers are able to then make those cameras or those security systems offline, put them offline, make them useless.
How you guys doing?
A federal investigation became public in Ohio when another group was arrested, one of them wearing Joe Burrow's Bengals hat with his LSU t-shirt in the trunk. Court papers say these suspects' cell phones were filled with photos of them posing with Burrow's jewelry and location data linking them to yet another group in Florida also posing with jewelry allegedly stolen from pro athletes. They are all now charged together in cases involving at least 6 professional stars. 2 people from a New York City pawn shop raided by the feds are also charged. The FBI saying they found up to $5 million in stolen property that the pawn shop bought from South American theft groups, including the Burrow burglars.
Some of that property I know stays in the country, but I know a lot of it leaves the country as well.
When the Chilean suspects leave the country, Chief Sturgeon says they are replaced by others using tourism visas for their crime sprees, most of them ultimately connected.
Are they all working for the same boss?
It seems like it's the same organized group.
Although his department is working closely with Medina and Minnetonka PD, Chief Sturgeon believes to solve the crimes, more statewide organization is needed, like has been done in Ohio.
I've tried, I've begged, I've pleaded. I'm not getting any help from the state or the BCA, but I'm going to continue to advocate for that as well. But we have to also realize that there's a lot of victims out there that are not professional athletes.
We don't have the things of value that these sports people have, but it means a lot to us, and we worked hard for it. And then for people to just come in and think they can just take it, it's so aggravating.
When Sarah's burglars were arrested in Philadelphia, one of them had her wedding ring in their pocket. Police recently returned it.
It was a small consolation. It was great to get it back, though. I felt really good, and the detective said he's never seen it happen before, that somebody got something back.
While the federal investigations are as high-tech as the burglary ring they're trying to bring down, Sarah's case was solved with old-school detective work. Eden Prairie Police matched a footprint in the fresh snow outside Sarah's window to the shoe worn by one of the Philadelphia suspects. Miguel Guzman Pardo pleaded guilty, making him the only thief in the more than 60 burglaries in Minnesota linked to the Chilean bling ring to be held accountable so far.
It's such a violation, and you want people to, I hate to say pay for what they did, but that there are consequences. What makes you think you can do that?
The Supreme Court just upheld the ban on TikTok.
So this is officially our last TikTok video.
The talk of TikTok.
So the Supreme Court upheld the TikTok ban.
Is the silence that might soon come.
Hi, my name is Jen Schaefer, and I am the formidable genealogist on TikTok.
You might know her on TikTok as the woman who uncovers family mysteries.
The absence of her joy is abundant, yet her legacy is blossoming through her organ donations.
She always loved to help, and she's helping so many people right now.
Our tragedy turned 5 other tragedies into
Morgan Wolf.
Hope.
KARE 11 News.
A hockey player from Alexandria is fighting to breathe.
It's the situation that every hockey family dreads.
The kind of situation that sent Emily Hagwin's nephew,
it's the worst thing imaginable,
to the hospital.
It's indescribable.
17-year-old Jackson Drum is a defenseman for Idaho's Coeur d'Alene Hockey Academy.
When it's quiet enough to hear a pin drop.
Hello, everybody.
That's Brooke Schooneman's cue.
Today's video.
To start recording. Through Brooke's YouTube, her soft sounds
I have this really special one.
elicit a loud response.
It's very nostalgic.
More than 21,000 people are subscribed to Best Life by Brooke ASMR.
Like, I really love doing it. It just makes me happy. It calms me down.
Brooke first discovered ASMR videos more than a decade ago.
Like clockwork, 67 Republicans reported to the House floor Thursday.
There being no quorum under the Constitution of the state of Minnesota.
But Secretary of State Steve Simon forced them to adjourn again because 0 DFL members showed.
We don't know where the Democrats are.
This time, though, House Republicans handed Simon an envelope as he left the chamber, containing a copy of their new lawsuit against him.
A good rule of marketing: don't let a holiday go to waste.
Do you have an ex-romantic partner that frequently brags about getting away with crimes, misses court dates, and may have some warrants? Do you want to do something special for him for Valentine's Day? If so, give us a call. Here at the Orange Jumpsuit District Inn and Suites, we have friendly staff who is ready to greet you.
That's me, friendly staff.
Officer Chris Wagner of the Bloomington PD dreamt up this skit last week,
We also provide luxury transportation.
offering jailhouse amenities for your criminal ex-lovers.
Starting here at Target Field.
Do we got a blue line coming?
Groups of 3 patrol the rails, checking fares.
Good morning, Metro Transit Fare Enforcement.
And acting as a deterrent for any issues.
And I was a blue line light rail operator for 11 years, so I've seen everything in my time here.
That's part of the reason why he joined, the good and the bad.
I felt like as an operator, I was just moving a train back and forth all day long, and I wanted to be doing something more active, more involved.
And he's already seen the difference they've made.
We see the difference we're making.
The screams you hear inside Target Center aren't for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The screams you hear are for the state's best high school dance teams.
Breaking ground in Minneapolis' Longfellow neighborhood tends to feel like breaking news.
Do you know what's happening with the framing?
Megan Moore is excited.
It has been a long time.
Because after years of painting visions of growth and hope,
To make it be a place where people feel safe and welcome.
her neighborhood is now adding a new safe and welcoming space.
And I think you just see what happens. I got this job for 2 more years, so I'm going to focus on it.
You going to run for re-election?
I'll decide, I think, further down the line, get through this legislative session. I think the people of Minnesota will determine that. I think, they still appear to be pretty pleased with the direction we're going, and I'll take a look then.
It's set to get banned because the Supreme Court upheld a ruling deeming the app a national security risk. President-elect Donald Trump says he might give the app a 90-day reprieve, but he's set to take office the day after the app gets banned.
A place where you can fish for as many walleye as you want, whenever you want? We found it, and we're taking you there next.
But Metro Transit says they have the data to back up how helpful these trip agents have been for them. In 2023, they saw about 215,000 ride fare checks. In 2024 alone, they more than doubled that to 550,000.
Well, the state releases a budget forecast twice a year, and today's forecast shows a surplus of about $600 million.
Rena, this is where the search for Victoria has been focused over the past 2 days. And here tonight, Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara confirms that not only is Victoria back at home, but she is healthy and doing well.
Jennifer Hoff is getting answers and joins us live from district headquarters. Jennifer?
Julie, the district tells me that this latest incident is the only time that a student has brought a gun to a school.
Live from the Capitol with more on that. Danny?
Well, the governor's executive order on fraud today includes a long list of items. That includes directing the Department of Human Services to increase their public transparency.
That's where our Morgan Wolf joins us live. Morgan?
Good evening. Well, what started this morning as a day of hope and determination.
Tonight, on the eve of the election, the candidates crisscrossed the battleground states. But with multiple rallies by Vice President Harris and a stop from former President Trump, it's clear Pennsylvania could hold the key to victory.